wanted to say, so today I was talking outside my office and I was like, yeah, I'm here late tonight. So if anybody needs me or whatever. And I told him I had a call with Krista Deary. And then, do you know Jay Kaufman, don't you? He's
Yeah.
so fabulous. And he says to me, oh my gosh, she's one of the five that I would join under if I was to go into the field. You know
Oh,
what a compliment that is?
oh, he's
That
the
is like
best.
ginormous.
Oh my goodness. So he was my first regional sales manager. Is that like a
Yeah.
technical name? I just
Yep.
call him my first like coach.
Yeah.
So every time I see him, it's like, oh, brother.
He is precious.
He
But
is.
what a compliment. What a compliment. And then I had to sit there and say, you know what? Probably me too.
Oh,
Honestly. And
he,
hi, everybody who's on this call. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through. I am so excited this is a Zoom because for those of you that, oh, I guess I should introduce myself. Or Krista, how are we doing this?
so amazing. Here, I'll intro you formally for a second so I can honor who you are. You guys,
Oh, Lord. Oh, my, please make it 30 seconds.
these guys have heard me talk about how special you are and how special tonight is. Like, this is such a gift to my heart. Yvette and I met when I was out at corporate last month, and instantly I was like, who is
Yeah.
she? Who are
Well,
you?
that's what I said.
Well,
That's
like,
what I said.
but it was so neat on the very last day to be able to sit and talk because y'all, I already love going to corporate. It is so special to me. I highly recommend it. I can't wait to do a team retreat out there, like, and get all of
Mm.
you right there in person. It is so, so special and unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I can say this of several. But what, Yvette, what I saw in you, you have so much skill and like you bring such talent to our
Thank
company,
you.
but yet your heart is what shines. Like it is so evident your joy, your just the light that shines from you,
Oh,
the
thank
love
you.
that oozes out of you. Like you literally are like
Thank
a
you.
walking love bomb. And it nothing
Oh,
can stop it, but you're like sharper than a tack, but so kind and so loving. And so
thank
we had
you.
a chance to sit over lunch on our last day there and
Yeah.
hearing Yvette's story and her journey, I was moved to tears. And the only thing that could like ended up coming out of my mouth was you're an answered prayer. And I
Oh,
really believe that from the bottom of my heart. I think it is strategic that the Lord has placed you in Plexus Worldwide. And I'm excited to continue to watch unfold
thank
the plans
you.
and purposes that He will do through the work of your hands.
Oh,
But I just am so thankful for the integrity that you walk in, for the
thank
vision
you.
that you have, for the things that you're putting in place behind the scenes that we all don't necessarily get to see, yet we all benefit from. Um,
Yes.
so, anyways, please take it away tonight. Thank
Thank
you for taking the time to be
you.
with us.
Oh my goodness. Well, it is such a pleasure to be on this call with you. It's 7 o'clock here in Arizona, and I did not care because it was just so important for me to, or thank you for allowing me to be with your team. I wanted so badly to go to the team retreat on December the 4th. But you know what? Here's what I have to say. I will get to meet all of you in person at one point. That is just really one of my goals. And I love that this is a Zoom because I want you to unmute if you have questions or unmute if you want to share something. Because one of the most important things to me is knowing your story and looking you in your eyes and seeing where you've been on this journey and what is in your heart. What are your goals? And this time of year is so perfect because I think I haven't had a real chance to reflect. So I need to walk my talk. But honestly, like the last week of December is a time to really reflect on what do you want to do in 2026? Like what do you want 2026 to look like? And so this is really exciting to get to be with you. And so please feel free to unmute, put it in the chat. I'll try to keep up with that. But more than anything, I just wanted to come on here and introduce myself. I've been with Plexus gosh, it's 9 months, 10 months. It'll be a year and at the end of February. And it feels like I've been here for a lifetime, which is really awesome because it's been so amazing how easy it's been to connect, how easy it's been to get to know everybody. And just so you all know, my life's purpose is really just to encourage people, to let people know that I see them. Oh, and if you see, look, I'm going to show you above my heart. That is my motto. If you can see above my heart, love like crazy. I say that to everyone everywhere I go because that is my life mission is to love people like crazy exactly where they are, wherever you are in your journey. I want to love you right where you are and through that journey. I want to help you grow. I want to help encourage you to grow. I want you to reconnect with why you started Plexus. Now, I'm just going to be really brutally honest. I'm just a teeny tad bit jealous of you all because guess what? You all get to work from home. You all get to be your own boss. Now, I could do that too. I know that. But I find so much joy sitting on this side, encouraging you and being with a company that is a tool to help make you better, to help you live the life you want. And there's so much joy in that for me to help you all achieve your goals. So I hope honestly that I get a chance at one point to really hear all of your stories, to hear why you're here. But I hope that you take this time at the end of this year to really sit tight and think about why you're here. What are your goals for 2026? I have this, oh, you know what? I shared it with someone recently. I have this poem, and I don't know how many of you have heard of it called The Dash. Have any of you heard of The Dash? And if you haven't, please look it up, okay? Because essentially what it says, and this is such a perfect time of year to remember, is there is the day we were born, right? There's that date. And then there's the date that, we pass. But the most important part is the dash in between, right? There's a dash between the year you were born and the year you die. But what you do in the middle there is just the most important part. And if you all haven't realized it now, it goes in a blink. It goes in a blink of an eye. And before I knew it, I was 50 years old, and I thought, what on God's good earth? Where did the first 50 years of my life go to? I definitely want to live an additional 50 years if I'm granted that much time. And so every day of my life, I have to live with intentionality. I have to do things that make a difference. I have to make sure that I am being God's hands and feet wherever I can, however I can, to ensure that I'm just living out my purpose. And so I think that this is a beautiful opportunity for us to really look at how God designed us. And each and every single one of us were designed so beautifully, so specifically, with so much purpose. And what is that purpose? What is that purpose in your heart? Something led you to Plexus, and this is such a beautiful time to reignite, no matter where you are in your business. And it doesn't matter how long you've been with Plexus, whether it's been, a week, a year, 10 years, 17 years. It's never too late to still accomplish the things you want to accomplish and really getting connected to that why. And then looking at, what is your purpose? And when I say purpose, I think people use that loosely. People think, oh, my purpose is to be a coach. My purpose is to be a teacher. No, your purpose is really the way that God designed you innately. And for me, I know that is to love like crazy, to let people feel seen, to let people feel heard, to remind people how beautiful they are, right? That is my joy, is to look at each of you in the eye and encourage you that you can do this no matter where you are in your journey. So it's to determine, are you someone that is a builder? Are you someone that is a motivator? Are you someone, on that same token, we all have areas for growth. Every single one of us. Identifying, this is the perfect time of year. What are those areas of growth that I need? Do I need to learn how to share about the opportunity better? Do I need to build belief again? Do I need to just re-energize and find that spark? Do I need to work on my finances? Do I need to make a relationship right? Because when I would challenge all of you for 2026, and you're going to start. I'm going to give you a little preview. You're going to start hearing us talk a lot about personal development because personal development is so important. And I think a lot of us forget about that. We get lost in the daily, but personal development, even spending 15 minutes a day on that, listening to a podcast, reading something, whatever it is that you need, if you need to be better in finances, if and sometimes it's just a phone call. Maybe you got to fix a relationship because I'll tell you what, when we get the things right in our hearts, okay, when our hearts are right, when whatever that might be, it makes us better moms, better sisters, better friends. It makes us better workers, better leaders, better coaches. It just makes us better when we're dealing with that. When we radiate joy, when we radiate love, when we're really living in our purpose, whatever that is, we people feel that. And guess what, guys? That's what makes you a magnet. That's what makes your light a magnet. That's what makes people want to purchase Plexus. Sometimes it's like, wow, I want what she has. I want that kind of community. I want that kind of person in my life. So I encourage all of you to take the next 2 weeks to really reflect. Reflect on, first of all, what is my why? Reconnect with that why. Depending on how long you may have been here, it can change. It evolves. Our whys evolve all the time, but there is a why. Is the why because you still get to, work from home and not have to clock in and clock out? That would be a huge motivator for me. That would spark a huge light under me to say, I want to continue to have this. Is it that you get to pick up your kids during the day? Is it that you get to bring in a little extra income so you guys can take the family vacation or pay off debt? Maybe you've lost along the way what your why is. Reconnect with your why. Figure out what that's going to be for 2026 and keep that top of mind. Secondly, I encourage all of you to figure out what it is in your hearts that you need to make right. What is it in your heart that you need to make right? Is it with a relationship? Is it with something in your business? Is it with something in a job that you hold? Is it something that you need to learn? And commit to learning it. Commit to coming out of the gate in 2026 with making it right, learning what you need to learn, and saying, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. Being okay with not accomplishing whatever you didn't accomplish in 2025. And also celebrating, not only for you, but for the people that walk alongside you in Plexus, celebrating all the wins, all the small wins, all the big wins. And hey, guess what? Why not celebrate the wins that you plan on having in 2026? Because when you march forward in that mindset, you start off just so much stronger. Can anybody here share with me what is something that you really, really, really want to accomplish in 2026? I just want to hear from somebody's heart. Anybody want to share? Oh my gosh, please, I want to hear your beautiful voices. Anybody?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, who is going? Who's
Go ahead,
going?
Brittany.
Oh, Britt. Okay, yay.
Well, something that I really would like to see, like I'm a nurse and I really want to see people get well. That's
Ah,
been a big thing that I've shared a lot with Krista and Morgan. I just want to see people get well, like physically, spiritually, financially. Like I want to see people get well.
amen.
So that's my heart for 2026, just to see people get well.
And so, Britt, let me ask you this, and I'm just gonna share with you. My daughter just got accepted into nursing school. She
Awesome.
starts on January 5th, and she's been assigned to a hospital, and she's going through the whole things. And so, I didn't realize how hard the nursing program, a nursing degree is, and even
Yeah.
just to get accepted into nursing school is. So kudos to you. And all of you, it was so beautiful because my daughter's been questioning it because she, it's a lot of work. It's hard. And only 30 got accepted for January 5th. And they had their orientation last weekend. And she was really wavering because they said it's the highest dropout rate and it's super hard. But then she
Hmm.
sent me a text in the middle of it and said, you know what, Mom? She said, I think God is speaking directly to me right now because the
Hmm.
nurse that got up and did the orientation said, There isn't another profession that truly is the hands and feet of God, and she goes to a Christian university. So they're allowed to pray and talk very much about their faith and all the compassion. And it's so true. So I want to say thank you to you because I didn't realize, and kudos to you for having that in your heart to want to do for 2026. That's amazing, Britt. But now let me get back to it. What have you thought? Have you had any plans? Have you set any goals? Have you, what are you going to do to ensure that you are doing that?
So I'm really trying to step out of my comfort zone. I'm a people person, but
Yay.
I've been bad about letting fear kind of hold me back, and
Ooh,
I get in that nursing brain mode that I'm like, we're kind of trained to think a certain way. And I think the Lord's really been undoing a lot of the ways that I've been thinking about things. And so I'm really trying to step out of my comfort zone and just reach out and share more with people.
yes.
I've been doing that more in groups. It's been kind of intimidating. It's been an
Oh,
interesting
but
run
that's so
today,
good.
but just trying to step out more and realize it is worth getting your toes stepped on a little bit by some people. And not everybody's going to jump on board, but that's okay. So.
And that's okay. Brittany, I love, love, love what you just said. And let me tell you why. And thank you for sharing, Brittany. I really appreciate it. So, if fear is an awful thing, and I just am gonna say it, if there's anything holding you back, I guarantee you at the root of it is fear. And we really have to work through that. We all need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when we can do that, that is when we get better. And so, Britt, if you know that you need to get out there and do more events and be able to share the opportunity, the more often you do it, it's like building a muscle. It's going to become easier for you, and it's just going to get better and better at your presentation, your ability to connect with people. And I'll tell you what, guys, when you approach things fearfully, this was such a beautiful example because when you're afraid, when you don't feel good about it, guess what? You show up that way. People feel that, right? And here's the thing, and here's what I want each and every one of you to remember is that you represent, and I'm just going to be honest. I see if my door is closed, but nobody's even here. I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm not just going to say these things because I represent Plexus, because I sit on the corporate side. This is not just a job for me. Like I said, for the next 50 years, I need to do things that mean something. And before I came to work at Plexus, I did a huge evaluation of my own of the products, the efficacy, where we get it from, what an awesome batch looks like. When an awesome, the doctors, I probably drove them crazy, and the chemists, because I needed to know that what I represent worked and was good, made a difference, and that I'm not just going to come and shoot smoke up people's tushes because that's just not who I am. I cannot get passionate and around anything like that. And so I'm not just saying this, but we are a phenomenal company. And I think my biggest frustration is that we are not a household name, and that more people don't know about Plexus, which is the goal, right? Um, and so I don't want to just sit here and say for you to be really proud about the company that you represent, but you need to be proud, and you need to approach it with this passion, because it's that passion, guys, that is magnetic to other people. There is no reason to be afraid, because at the end of the day, guess what? Half the time when they tell you no, they're not saying no to you personally, which is another thing. And I know that that is a deep rooted thing, and for some of us, that rejection. But it isn't about you. It's just about that person and where they are in that life. And the more no's you get, it's leading you to a yes. But at the very, very least, you've at least planted a seed in somebody's heart and somebody's mind. And the prouder you are about the product that you represent, the company that you represent, people are going to feel that. And then that's when they start to listen. Okay. So when you go at it, I want you to remember, Brett, like my company rocks. Everybody needs Plexus. So let me tell you about Plexus. And so too bad, so sad you haven't tried this, because it could change your life. And when you go in with that amount of confidence, you will start to see a difference in your business. You absolutely will. And if you're not comfortable sharing, you have to create for yourself a little 15 second elevator speech. That is authentic. That is real. And sharing with people, if you haven't done it, it needs to roll off of you like this. What is Plexus? What do you do? How can it benefit me? And it's okay if you're over the top, because guess what? It's that is going to attract people. And if it is over the top and it's coming from you, then it's real. And people want real. People want things that make a difference. And in fact, oh my gosh, I actually had the opportunity to have lunch with Tarl today. And we got into this conversation about, how we're not just, and I'm included, but I think as a field and myself, we really aren't educated enough. And so you're probably going to see more of this. Just I'm giving you a little privy to this too. Really educated in the products. Like, people want to know what's in your product. How do you know that it's a good product? How is your product different from other products? How many of us can truthfully let that roll off our tongues? Because I'm like halfway there. And granted, I'm going to give myself a little grace and mercy. I haven't quite been, it's only just been almost a year. But you know what? We all should be able to say that, because really, so if you really want to get good at what you're doing, be a product of the product. Maybe learn, Triplex is the one product that most people the go-to, or maybe it's skin health for you. Learn what's in the product. If you don't know and you want to be really good at it, ask the questions. There is a whole field development team here that I oversee. Ask me the question, what's in there? I will get you connected to Dr. Hartman. I will get you the words. Maybe that's something you want to get better, but when you lead with that, that gets people's attention too, because I also share this when I go to events. By the end of 2025, by the end in 2 weeks, the wellness industry is going to be a 1.3 trillion dollar industry. Okay, 1.3 trillion. The gut health industry is like 1 billion of that. Okay, gut health in itself. Everybody, guys, is talking about gut health right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's trending. Gut health is trending. We're trending. And we're really excited about that, because we've been around for 17 solid years. And the scary part of it, though, is that everybody wants a piece of that $1.3 trillion. So guess what's happening? People are coming up with all kinds of their own supplements. We don't know where they're coming from. They don't even really care, I think, about the efficacy of most of the gummies that are put out there. And all the things that you see on TikTok, those that are just on, over and over, you see popping up gut health, all these different companies, because they want a piece of that pie. But the awesome news is that we've been around for 17 years. Our products are tried and true, and we know that they are clean. And that is something to be so proud of. The other thing to be really proud of, and another reason that I came to work here at Plexus, is this industry has changed a lot since COVID. But this particular company, Plexus, has stayed the route. They have stayed true to who they are. They've stayed on path, and they are a debt-free company. And why is that important? Some people say, oh, that's great, you're a debt-free company. But let me tell you why it's important. It is important because we have money in the bank. We're not losing money just trying to make payroll, just trying to pay commission. We have money in the bank to make our products even better. So if something is lacking, we have the funds to make it more potent, to maybe change the ingredients to make it better. We also have the money for innovation, which you guys are going to see a new product launch, another privy thing you probably already know, a new product launch in 2026 that is going to be very competitive. But we're able to, and there's other things that Tara was telling me at lunch today that if we could do, wowzers is all I can say. But we have the money to innovate, to try new things. That's awesome, guys. That is really awesome. And that's something to be proud of. And that's something that you all can share too. We're a debt-free company. And guess what? Our products are the very best. We can put money into them, and we're going to come up with some really great innovations that you'll see down the line. So I say all these things because I really want to remind you of the company that you represent, the company that I hope you represent with so much joy and so much passion. And you should not be afraid to get out there and share the opportunity, because guys, you know what? You don't know whose lives you're changing. Before I came to work here, I'd been in the industry for 14 years, and I was really, going back and forth, whether do I want to stay in the industry? Do I not want to stay in the industry? And usually when God does things really quickly in my life, I know that's him. And so this came really quick, and I thought, okay, you think my work's not done in this industry, God, tell me why. And I started to remember what this does for people. I have been in meetings and opportunity events